everything here. Okay. So, 30-minute Bitcoin. Oh, hey Sanji. Hey Uncle Pips. Hey JMK 1900. Welcome. Oh, it's Slivet. Okay, lovely. Welcome to the show, everyone. So right now, we have about 15 minutes before NYC opens or the US opens, and we can see that here in the 30 minutes, Bitcoin has hidden bearish divergence, heavy money outflow, but it has good bullish volume, and your momentum is basically trying to get above your fluid zero line. Right now, we're sort of trading in the high volume nodes, and really, we've just been chopping. If we zoom out a little bit, we can see that our high volume node down here is at 86 and up here it's at 93. So that sort of aligns with the fundamental analysis that we had earlier. Now, sort of what I'm looking for right now is because we're just chopping, I need a little bit more clarity. But based on sort of the divergence here on the 30 minutes, I think we could head down, maybe like a flash down, then head up. But anything's possible right now. So I'm going to wait for market open, see what it does, and then trade it 20 minutes later. And since you guys have me for 15 minutes more than normal because I was late, then yeah, again, thank you guys for waiting. I know there were 5 of you who were just waiting for me. Thank you so much for waiting. So here on the 12-hour chart, we see that BTC's momentum sort of wants to head up, right? And then we do have a ribbon twist happening. So long term, I am bullish up until we get to 108K, which is sort of the deciding region for me. Let's look at Solana, and I did give a Solana long and almost no drawdown on Solana, and currently there's zero risk here on Solana. Let me just change this maybe to the 4 hour so it's more accurate for swings. And again, we do have our wins from previous lives as well. So Solana has actually been 100% win so far, which is great. I hope I can keep that up for you guys. But as we can see here on Solana, you did get a bullish div, got up, but now you're sort of ranging. And I don't like this because yeah, it's chopping. There's no clear direction. And so with this headed here, I think we can get as low as to maybe like 130, retest sort of that region where we bounced, right? So this area right here, retest this, see if we get a bounce again. And I think we do, but it's possible we continue down, and in that case, at least this is a zero risk trade. You guys shouldn't have lost any money. I don't know why Pengu is in Ethereum. Well, let me pull up Ethereum. Okay. So let's go down to the 4 hour here. But the 12 hour is in a descending channel for Ethereum, which tells me that we are bullish, relatively speaking. Here in the 30-minute, huge money flow divergences in the past couple of hours, and as you can see, we do have just a hidden bearish div running along this whole extent. So that does tell me that even if we do have this bullish cross, it's possible we go back all the way down to equilibrium. And if I zoom out, we can see where the high volume nodes are resting, and yeah, dead set here on equilibrium by the buy zone. So it's possible we can get a long entry here on the live, and I'll be watching that. So I'll set an alert for 3000 as well as an alert for 3033. So right here, I want to basically see what we do in this range. So let me just pull this up right here. See what we do here. I expect a bounce because we are at a buy zone. Possible we go down to the FVG at 2990, but we'll just have to see because we did reach our 4 hour smart target. But since the measured move is still valid, I do think we still head up there at around 3634. Now, what I wanted to show you guys was US dollar tether dominance. So if I can, you know what, let's just go to an unnamed chart. Let's just, new chart, why not? Okay, USDT dot D right here. Okay, let's delete this, and then let's pull up maybe the 4 hour. Now, as we can see, US dollar uh, tether dominance, right? It got the ribbon twist, it got above the fluid zero line. You are in a falling wedge, which is technically a descending channel in this case, and you can see that technically speaking, you can consider this a bull flag if you draw the pole there, and that sort of becomes your measured move, right? Right, and that's sort of scary when you look at US dollar tether dominance like this. It's scary because, well, if USDT.D increases, then the whole market sort of falls down because people are afraid to have their money in cryptocurrency and would rather have it as stablecoin. But if we go to sort of higher time frames, let's say the daily, right? We sort of see a different story. As you can see, we got rejected by this order block right here. And I get that there technically is no order or orders on US dollar dominance or US dollar tether dominance. But the point of this is essentially when this period happened, it was a big financial institution move. And you can see we sort of got rejected right around here multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our CPO plus is showing that we still want downside with bearish volume. And the higher that the fluid zero line gets, the more likely it is for the MVP ribbon to just fall off and continue in its descent. We can see that in terms of the nodes, we want to sort of fall down all the way to 4.9%, back to about the dynamic reactor. If we go back into the 1 week, oh, hey DB Cooper, hey McBain, welcome to the show. If you go to the 1 week, right, you are overbought on the 1 week with a downward reversal triangle. Now, what does this sort of remind you of? And see, you can see we got a triple bottom here on US dollar tether dominance. That sort of reminds me of what we saw for Bitcoin recently, where we got triple oversold as well as an upward reversal triangle. So you can see that Bitcoin, based on our CPO plus, wants to head up on the weekly. And in terms of US dollar tether dominance, if I can find it, wants to head down on the weekly. So what we can sort of extrapolate from that data is, in terms of the technical analysis, it's telling us that more people are likely to convert their stablecoin into actual cryptocurrency, and that cryptocurrencies are exhausted, and it's the perfect time to step in. Now, it's not a guarantee, right? TA is not always a guarantee. There are so many factors that can go wrong, but the fact of the matter is our tools, the CPO plus, your MVP ribbon, they already factor in as many of these possible variables. And so I'm inclined to believe that based on the data that we have, we're very likely to see a pump. And the December rally is, I know a lot of people have just been hyping up the December rally, but the data is sort of irrefutable based on the charts. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, when we go back to Bitcoin, I'm not fully convinced that we just completely dump to the downside, right? It's possible we do, but you can see here on the 12-hour, we just have this huge descending channel. Even takes into consideration the fall on October 10. And we've just sort of been rejecting off the top, found a little bit of support, found more support, and now we're sort of in the middle, and we got above the median line of this descending channel. So that tells me that it's possible we go back down to the median line, possibly even to the entry that we have in one of my signals, and then we push back up. All right. So with that, I guess we can sort of go back to our, where is it? To our specialty here on the show, which is to scalp. And honestly, I think yeah, maybe we missed it a little bit, but right now Bitcoin is in ascending channel here in the 5 minutes. It's also, I believe, in an ascending wedge. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, ascending channel here as well on the 1 hour. So our measured move should place us at around the entry that we had for our long. So it's possible we can scalp BTC tonight, and then or this morning, depending on where you're from. And yeah, let me just pull up chat right here. Hey, Sanji. Oh, McBain, you can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? By any chance? Is it okay? Hey, Concert Fanatic. Can you guys hear me? Oh, thank you, Matchstick. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. Thanks, TechWatch. Uh, thank you, Slavet. Okay. Might be something on your end, MacBane. But in any case, the recording will be shared with you guys. I'll upload it ASAP as usual. And yeah, we'll be extending to 11:15 EST or 12:15 a.m. GMT plus 8 because I was late. I'm really sorry for being late. Just arrived, had to sort of drop off the grocery bags and then run to my PC. Um, and then I got a little sidetracked with the Discord, so I had to type, and then I remembered, oh no, it's already 10 my time. So yeah. Anyways, okay. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's put all of these in sort of our uh yes. Thank you, Daga. Thank you, DB. Appreciate it. So we already do have some targets for Ethereum, and I kind of subscribe to these, so I may short Ethereum here because you can see we are in a bearish order block and we have been ranging. Now, typically, I do say that when we're ranging like this, it's possible we push to the upside, right? Because the order block will have sort of failed. We want just a nice, clean rejection. But based on the 1 hour having this ribbon twist, we're below the fluid zero line. Fluid zero line is above zero, right? So there's a little bit more. There was too much upward momentum, and so fluid zero line sort of accounted for that. We are getting a twist here in the 5 minutes. So I do think we get a dump. Now, do I think that we go to the FVG? Probably. It's also in a buy zone, and it's right where we traded this. So it's possible that you can also enter a long here on Ethereum. So what am I thinking? Actually, I sort of want to see where this is on the chart. So let me just quickly delete these. And then let me sort of just plop that there. Okay, so it's on equilibrium here on the 1 hour. There's also this FVG. It's also technically within a high volume node. Right. Oh, well, that was sad. It still got there. Just a whole lot of hours later. Interesting. Okay. So my Solana still in my long. Let me go down to the 5 minutes. Oh, not like that. We should get open in 1 minute, so I do expect a little bit of volatility. Oh, 5 minutes it wanted to head up. Got rejected here. Big push down. 1R showing the same. But yeah. By the way, for any of the first comers, if you or those who are new to the live, if you have any coins you want me to check out, just let me know. If you have any questions about the tools as well, we can go over them here in the live. So yeah, don't be shy. I promise I won't bite. I swear. I'm not a biter, so don't worry about it. But yeah, so we got our market open, and I think BTC's dumping. Ethereum should be dumping a little bit. Let's put you back 5 minutes. Yeah. But Ethereum structure is sort of really big, right? 5 minutes saying we want 2999, which is about what the 15-minute also said. It's possible we dump. I mean, sort of already happening. But I kind of want to see where this dump takes us. Right? can you please write down your ideas about work right now and can only listen? I see. Sure. I mean, kind of hard to write while basically analyzing it at the moment. But I mean, there will be a recording, and I can probably shove that into to an AI to make notes. So yeah. Oh, you can't hear. Oh no. Hmm. That's not good. You guys can hear me just fine, right? I'm not like cutting off every sentence. Okay. So it might be for the no, but McBain wasn't one of the five people waiting. Okay. Yeah, it might just really be a Discord thing. Sort of hate when that happens, but it is what it is. Thank you guys. Okay. Let's see here. Go down to the 5 and then put this in the 1 hour. Okay. So basically, what I'm waiting for here is I sort of want a 15-minute close first. Really see what these guys are thinking. Because if we joined in on this dump, there's no telling if it is sustainable, right? Uh, you can get wicks like this. You can see that the most traded price on this candle was over here, like right at the lowest at 89. And the thing is, when when things dump like this, your exchanges tell you about it, right? So if you're hyper fixated on trying to jump on an opportunity, your exchange tells you Bitcoin dropped below 90, right? And you're in the absolute mindset that we're in a bear market, which if you think we are, that's okay, right? No one can say for certain until it becomes history, right? So if you think we're in a bear market, that's okay, but I just want to warn you that exactly. Look at this. Look at this fake out, guys. That's why we didn't short, right? So much shit happens in the first 15 minutes that this market opens. Imagine you got your alert that said Bitcoin fell below 90K. You're trying to cap on an opportunity. You think we're in a bear market. You're listening to every crypto influencer who says it's over. You see that nice strong red candle. You short down here, and now you're down 0.49% on a move for Bitcoin. It's really that simple. So we sort of want to wait, but this sort of gives us an idea that okay, the market today out to fuck us again, right? Some days it's easier, some days it's not. So this right here is an indecision candle because we've got long wick to the top side, long wick to the bottom side. So we need a little bit of confirmation here. Do we want to go down? Do we want to go up? And that's why I like to wait 15 minutes. You can see our CPO plus has already started transitioning. And it's sort of fucking with us the past few minutes right here, right? This looks like a continuation downwards. You can even say that's a very ugly 30-minute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good too. So really, it's about balancing how long you want to wait. Market opens technically, for me, 15 minutes is enough. For TechWatch, 30 minutes. It's really up to sort of your risk appetite as well as experience, as well as what you're comfortable with. This isn't a race, right? If someone is comfortable within this 5 minute close, good for them. If they're comfortable with a 10-minute close, good for them. If they want to wait a whole hour, that's on them, right? We're not trying to race with each other, but we want to develop strategies that work for us. And for me, 50 minutes is good. TechWatch, it's 30 minutes. Maybe for Dr. Stefan, it's gonna be uh, 30 minutes as well. Or for Gert, it could be 15, right? So it's all those little things. And thank you for joining us, Gert. Hey, Broseph. Hey, Bo. Hey, Mad Greek. Welcome to the show. Um, and Concert Fanatic. Welcome. Cool. Couple new faces here. So, again, thanks for joining. I'm Langstrom. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Whether it's a coin or a stock or an asset you want me to look at, or just general questions about sort of my setup, how I trade, let me know. My headphones is on. Yeah, it should be. Let me double check. Yeah, my headphones are on and my mic is on. Yeah, I'm talking to this microphone. Hey guys. So yeah. Uh, what's up? Yeah, things are nice. Yeah, sort of expected this, but okay. Let's sort of just wait it out. We're not really missing anything, and excuse me. Though am kind of worried about this 1 hour, in the sense that when are we just going to get halfway through? Are we going to get like a change of character and then we dump and capitulate, or do we get the premium then dump and this becomes sort of a big uh, double top? Although it's kind of a very ugly double top. It's like McDonald's, but then there's a Hunchback of Notre Dame situation on the right arc. Okay, sorry. I've been watching too many Disney movies recently. Good morning, little fish. Welcome to the show. Okay. Actually, wait. I forgot to look at the RSI heat map. My bad. It's sort of a point of interest for us, right? Let's go to the 12 hour. I prefer the 12 hour. Well, it's kind of not giving us a lot. Our average RSI 45, everything's in neutral. Doesn't give us a lot. Sahara, I don't want to touch that. 1,000 Luna, I don't want to touch that. Uh, I guess Ada could be something we could touch. Ada, maybe. Oh, what is Dude? A degen? I kind of don't want to touch that either. So yeah, not really giving us a lot, if I'm being honest. Pippin. We could short Pippin. Every Pippin trade we've taken has been successful. So, I don't know. Pippin might be, as we call it here in the Philippines, our suke. Someone we always go back to, for business. But yeah. Let's see. Hey, back to basics. Welcome to the show. Hey, Sanji. Is this the first? Well, is this the first live you've been on with me? I think it is. Or correct me if I'm wrong. But lovely to have you on the show. You can see here. We just got sort of a clusterfuck, and this has become a bearish order block here in the 5 minutes. It's not that great. Really? Welcome to the show, Uncle Pips. I hope that I can provide some value to you then. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, okay. Lovely. So, thank you for joining me then, JMK 1900. Yeah. Again, if you guys have any questions, any coins you want me to look at, just let me know, right? It's always nice to have sort of a second opinion on the things we like looking at. It creates discussion, allows us to maybe see perspectives that we wouldn't have considered in the first place. Yeah. Okay. So we're waiting for close. Granted, this is a little bit confusing, right? Really not giving us a lot of information, and that's sort of their goal, just confuse us a little bit. Let's look at Doge. Now, had I done Doge market price, we would have gotten here, but unfortunately, I did not. So that sucked. And you can see we were so close to entry, so damn close to entry. It's like Pengu all over again. But yeah. Hey, Paulo. All right. Let's just keep waiting. Part of the game is waiting. It really is. Yeah, it has. It's been, yeah, it really has. And as much as I don't want this to be like 2 weeks ago where I couldn't give any trades, I mean, I gave one really good trade. I kind of don't want it to be that weak. As much as possible, I want to give you guys some setups during the live stream. Yeah. When do we? FOMC's this Thursday, right? In like two days, 24 hours. Oh no, 48 hours. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I've not been up to date. That's one way to phrase it. I was thinking more like we're in the ditch. We gotta wait for either side. But you know what? I like that. We are in the hot dog. We are the hot dog. I can't believe that this is gonna be recorded and it's gonna be shown to everyone who's in the Discord. We are the hot dog. Use control R and audio's good now. Lovely, Ed. That's great to hear. How often do I live stream? Every week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, EST. But that depends for me because I'm GMT plus 8, it's around Hong Kong time. So yeah, it'll depend because I base it off that 9 a.m. EST, which, daylight savings in the Western world. For BTC from my side, I mean, other than the 84 or 83 that I said, I really don't. I'm sorry, TechWatch, because again, this 1 hour does look sketchy to me. Ascending channel, right? And then we've got a ribbon twist. We did get money flow divergence as well as a trend shift up here, but it wasn't strong enough. And so I do think that we head down. And technically speaking, our short would have survived, but it did sort of blast through and we'd be in drawdown. So actually, what I'd probably be looking at this point is, do we get back to our POC? If we do, can we take a short? If not, then yeah, theoretically, right? I do have a strong feeling we head back down to sort of 84. The question is how and when. We do have an ascending channel, which is typically bearish in nature, but you have sort of higher time frames telling you that you want a little bit more upside first. I mean, overall, the 1 week wants upside. I think I've analyzed it very extensively in my signals channel that the 1 week is telling us we want upside, but that doesn't mean we don't go down. Because the past few weeks, or the past 3 weeks, we've just sort of, we did that big wick. People think that they're safe, so they put it below this big wick. Nope, taken out, but not lower than this one. Now we're headed up. Big wick to the top. Highest traded price was around 92K, which means people are still shorting at this area. People are still shorting right now. But we do have our reversal triangle right here. We've been oversold. Some exchanges also have the diamond shift as well. And you can see sort of this 3-day buy zone has been amazing for us. And we're just really looking out for this 1 week golden zone. That's true. Okay. Alright, so we got our 15-minute close. Still not a lot of clarity. Right? Maybe 5 minutes sort of the lowest I'm willing to go, because at 1 minute it's really just noise at that point. I know some people like the 1 minute. I don't. Lots of noise. But let's just continue waiting. What do you think of MNQ? All right, let's check it out. Is that a stock? Oh, okay. Is this what you wanted to look at, Uncle Pips? Futures? Okay. Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Um, Scalping perspective, it's probably gonna continue dumping. You are buy zone, but 1 hour says you're gonna continue dumping until your fluid zero line sort of catches up down here. I think you continue to dump. Uh, Granted, we are in sort of lower time frames, so let's be fair. Let's give it some higher time frames and look at it. You are oversold here on the 30 minutes, and you can see every time you were oversold, you did get a bounce, which is good. But unlike this time, or sort of this time, right? You're still up here, whereas when you got your oversold, you're already down here. You're still up here. Granted, the magnitude isn't as high, but you have heavy money outflow. You are losing bearish trend strength, but that doesn't sort of excuse. Oh, it disappeared. Your 4 hour says you want to head down, so I do think you head down. I would set alerts at around 24.9, right? 24.9. I'd set an alert there, as well as the order block at 24.7. So just set alerts at 24.9, 24.7. See if you dump to the POC. If this breaks, you'll dump to the order block. You should be oversold on the 4 hour by then. And ideally, you can see that these are high volume nodes. I'm putting my money here on the order block at 24.7. I think that once you get here, you sort of bounce. And if you sort of zoom out a bit, right, you could say that you'd be forming a very ugly and long triangle from that point. So got rejected off the top, you make a higher low, and then you shoot up. That's what I think. Yeah, of course. Okay, since yesterday I've been short on XRP, but BTC isn't really moving. Yep, that's pretty much it, TechWatch. I think right now they're sort of really fucking with us, and that's the MO, right? Create uncertainty, create doubt, create confusion. It's the MO. It's how the market moves, and so when it does this, literally just do not panic. If you have great risk management, and I've been a huge advocate for it, right? I literally say you can put your stop loss to break even, no downside risk if you reach TP1. So if you have great risk management, if you can control that sort of greed, stick to the strategy, stay disciplined, then you'll be fine. No matter if the market's chopping, if it's moving up and down, you'll be okay. Yeah. Oh. Oh no. Poor Sanji. Man. Well, if you can find a place to sit down, that would be great. And I'll just keep talking, so don't worry. Hey Dom, welcome. Welcome. It's been a while. It's been a week already. Can you please analyze Tau? Sure. Absolutely. Let me pull up Tau. Okay. Let's pull up Tau. Oh, that's crazy. Alright, so Tau on the 30 minutes. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so Tau, I should probably go back to the scalping setup, but on the 30 minutes and the 4 hour, Tau was in a descending channel, or descending wedge, falling wedge, excuse me, however you want to call it. You do have this loud order block, but only 14% of total orders, so even if it's loud, I wouldn't be 100% confident in it. you did get two money flow divergences. Your CPO plus is your fluid zero line on the MVP ribbon is well below the zero line, which tells me that you do have more room for upside. But your 30 minutes is a little higher. So what I'm thinking is we sort of go back down to retest when the 4 hour goes overbought. So something like maybe this, reject, come back down, retest, maybe even go down lower to the order block, and then you head up to your smart target. I think this sort of aligns with Bitcoin right now. Granted, Tau hasn't really been following Bitcoin. I mean, this is just green while Bitcoin's over here puking a little bit, right? So, in any case, that's sort of what I'm thinking. Your lower time frame, your 30 minutes, confirms that as well. You've got good bullish volume, but you're headed down. Your fluid zero line's up, so you need to sort of reset a little bit. Oh, my bad. And yeah, I think that's sort of what we're looking at here with Tau. Again, your smart target's at around 330, and your measured move is at the macro resistance of 358. So I do think Tau gets more upside. All right, everything, especially on the 4 hour, tells us that that's the case. But expect a little bit more downside. So if you're not positioned already, don't enter long just yet, and sort of wait. And I would wait for around 300, 290, and about 280. So just set alerts for 300, 290, 280. Then decide from there. If the CPO plus on the lower time frame looks good, if the 4 hour looks good, take your long. ADA is overcooked on the RSI heat map 4 hour. ENJ Rivers. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up again. I was looking at the 12 hour earlier. Okay. Ooh. Okay. More things to look at. Yeah, you know what? ZEC, ENJ, they might be good shorts. Let's check them out. I have not touched ZEC at all, so might be interesting. Okay. I mean, we got a firm rejection from the dynamic reactor. That's nice. Yeah, ZEC is wild. I have a friend that's just been trading ZEC for the past 2 weeks, and it's crazy. Lots of FVGs left behind by ZEC with an order block right here. Now, theoretically, right, if we enter this line here at 428, we could, I mean, there's 3 points of confluence here, right? You got your diamond shift for bear, so the trend is now bearish. You have your downward reversal triangle and your ribbon twist. Your momentum's still headed up. You haven't really fixed your fluid zero line situation, but your 30 minutes says that you have. So I would actually short ZEC. Yeah, I would short ZEC. The question is just, is it better to short it at the most traded price on the 4 hour, which is 427, or do I push it up a little bit into premium? That is sort of a question we have to think about. Or do I just enter market price? Okay. Let's see here. If I zoom out, we are bearish here on the 4 hour. We do have a high volume node here. Now what I'm worried about if we short it is the fact that on the 4 hour you did get a double bottom with a higher low. Typically that's going to continue to push up to the next high volume node, which is going to be here at 457. So could there be more upside for ZEC? Possibly. Your 4 hour says there could be. You got momentum pushing up. And so possibly somewhere around this region would be good. Yeah, it's really just been chopping. Let's go back to BTC. Okay, it's heading back up. So I guess what I'll be doing is I'll call a short on ZEC, but I'll put it here at the resistance line. Now, it's absolutely possible that it dumps right here, right now, and forms a head and shoulders, right? Because if we pull out the pattern here, this is a left shoulder, head, and then FVG right here, right? And then boop, boop, neckline, and then your measured move would place you at, let's do this, right here. Your measured move places you back at around your long, or the dump here from December 3. So it's possible we lose a move by putting our short entry here, but I'm inclined to believe that we push up on Zek. But I want to short Zek. So yeah. It's weird that USDC's there. I mean, I saw it myself, but it is weird. So, again, not a scalp, but technically it's a swing, and I will write about it. So, I think I can place it right here. Or, we can be funny and put it at 469. Come on. Come on. No? Really? Okay. Fine. Okay. And I call myself mature. Could be something like this. That seems good. Seems good to me. Yeah. So I'll go paste this into my signals chat so you guys can also look at it. But I guess let me delete these so that you guys have a better view of what I'm looking at. Okay. Come on. Nope. Because I drew these. No. I spent so much time. No. Okay. Come on. There you go. Right on resistance. A little bit higher. Based off this top right here. Okay. Oh, so this one right here is a trading view indicator. It's called the VRVP. So it's the visible range volume profile. So you get this if you have trading view premium. I like this more just because it's raw data, and I've sort of become accustomed to it over the years. But Chart Prime does offer something different, which is going to be, or offers something simpler in your Market Dynamics Pro, which is your volume profile. You just put on volume profile, you do something like this, money levels, I believe. To me, this is much simpler. It's easier to basically, and you don't have to think about it, right? You see that 100% negative volume could take along there. You see that this is negative 99, blah blah blah. So you can take a short there. It adds more confluence. But I just prefer the raw data itself. So if you just want all the analysis done for you, turn on your volume profile. If you sort of just want raw data, do the analysis yourself, then use the trading view one. But if you're a beginner, I recommend using the Market Dynamics Pro. It is a little bit claustrophobic in the sense that the numbers don't really line up entirely in the box, but that's because I do a split view. My monitor is not that big, so yeah, right there. Thank you, Dagaditi. Always appreciate the help. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin again. Pushing up, bullish div, pushing up as well. So I think based on how the market's moving, my short on ZEC is going to be up here. Yeah, I'll go list this down, but for all those here in the call, you get to see it first. 300 take profit, 469 entry, 537.27 stop loss. So let me pull up my calculator, which I always love to use. Or actually, you know, I'll just do it on my phone. Sort of. Right here. Touch my entry. No, that's a stop loss tab. So it's about 20x leverage. Okay. Minimum TP is 349. Perfect. Okay. So let me just go ahead and set my order. Actually, no. I am going to do the responsible thing, and I am going to type the order already. Try prime. Excuse me. Let me just pull this into the thing. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, do you guys still see the chart? I hope you guys can. I mean, I am blocking it a little bit. 11:02 p.m. I don't know, let's do 11:05. Let's be accurate. Entry price is 469. Stop loss at 537. Oh yeah, gotta do your retracement. I think we can do about equilibrium first, actually. So around 408. Final take profit at 300.91. Recommended leverage is 20. So we can see that the 4H showing ZAC 4H showing signs of weakness. Weakness, bullish momentum slowing down. When MVP fluid zero line approaches upper extremity, very likely to fall. And then what else did we want? Entry at entry near 30-minute macro resistance, 4H resistance, 4H high volume node, SL, 4H high volume node, with your SL above high. And yeah. Good. And crypto signal. And then I gotta go take a nice picture of this. So for 4 hour, and then we gotta put on our signals template so it looks nice and clean. That. Get the whole picture. Okay. Then we take a nice camera shot and we simply add it on. And yep, looks good. All right. Perfect. Nice. Okay. Now let's try to find actual scalps. Oh, nice. We got a push to the upside on Bitcoin. Could have long there. Oh, Solana. Oh, yeah, well, it hit it. Okay. see here. So yeah, I do think we head to entry based on what I'm seeing here. And if I'm being honest, if we're getting these sort of candles, I do think we go to the downside for just a bit. Which means I might have to update my Bitcoin entry. I'm not sure if we go here anymore. But let me set my orders so I can join you guys, be accountable for my own calls. No. Okay, lovely. I thought my exchange didn't have Zek. That would have destroyed me. Uh, yeah, 469. Come on, Raj. All right, leverage is 20x. I hope I put my leverage right. Did I place leverage in my signal? Okay, yeah, I did. All right, I placed my short order for Zek. So if you guys take it, I'll be joining you. And we can go back to scalping. Let me pull this back up. Let me see if there's anything. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Oh, nope. Let me see if there's anything in chat while I was gone and if there's anyone who joined us. Hey, Veggie Girl. Hey, Raptor. Hey, Get M8. It's Get M86 or Get M86. Okay, BTC just rejected. It technically hit smart target, but I guess it doesn't count. Ethereum, Solana. Does that get rejected? Hey, JR. Thank you. Thank you for dropping by. Hey, it's Superman. Welcome. I didn't know Superman would be investing into Chart Prime. You know, Doge might actually be a good short right now. I'm thinking about it. It's a bearish order block with heavy bullish imbalance. Entry here. Okay, Zek's pushing up. Sort of recovering from this big candle. But yeah, looks like we still have an hour for the show, which means an hour to talk to you guys, which obviously I love. But the market is not giving us anything entertaining. I mean, we did get this big pump. So really, I'm just waiting for Zek to get filled. But actually, you know what? A short on Bitcoin at 95k makes sense to me. Or around premium. Although, right, if you put your shorts here and they know you placed your shorts here, they're going to want to push it up to really bring out some pain. Right? That's just how it goes. 91 up 2,000 plus. Congratulations. I would just be a little. Are you currently in your short? JMK? Yes, okay. I'd just be a little careful. If you're up 2,000 plus, you may want to set your stop loss closer to some profits. Just a little wary because of your 1 hour, right? Money flow div, green, and then, yeah. But yeah, I trust you. I trust you got this. So yeah, just be a little wary because I do think we head up within the next hour. It's possible, in fact, we could just be ranging right now, right? But if we continue to dump, then absolute monster of a trade. You know, I'm really sad that some of my BTC Doge shorts, had I just done market price, it would have been filled. But then again, I have this big I personally have a big aversion to entering on market. I don't know if it's just the fees. Psychologically, I can't stomach it. But I know logically it shouldn't make a difference. It shouldn't make that much of a difference. But psychologically, I can. So. Oh no. That's terrible. Oh man. Wait, so did you lose anything? Okay, thank goodness. Nice. What was your stop loss, JMK, if you don't mind me asking? $9,800. Wait, your stop loss is 9,800? Like, when you limited in, I mean, or is it like 9,800 right now? I see. Okay. But generally, right now, I would say that we see a little bit more upside. I think we get a weekend dump, personally, just because we need to take out some longs. But yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. Mm. Thank goodness I have chat open, so the live's not gonna see my yawning. All right. So things are looking like it wants upside. So maybe we can scalp to the upside. Uh, what would be a good coin to do it on? That is the question. Maybe XRP. Let's look at this from 5 minutes. See if it's doing anything interesting. Ooh. Nice. Congratulations, GMK. Great job. Actually, I wanted to ask, do you guys think this live stream should be called a live scalping session, or is that too narrow? Since technically, I do give swings during these sessions and a little bit of like class and technically it's not one on one, but like requests, right? But yeah, let me see. Hey DJM, welcome to the show. G Thornton, welcome. I am Manon. Is this the dog? Oh, I am Manon the moon. Welcome to the show. Scalp swing session. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell OC about it. Yeah, okay. Got to more upside. Hold on, just gonna reply to something. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Now this looks scary on the 5 minutes, so maybe we could re-enter short. But 1 hour sort of invalidating the hidden bearish div here on the CPO plus for Ethereum. 8.51%. Obviously not the same, but mm. Oh man, getting my final grades. Okay. Zick. Alright, I want an alert here. See if maybe you can enter short. just a quick short on the measured moves. Oh, no. And I want to take this into account. Okay, now it's just a waiting game. Oh, okay. Let's see. Man, we're really just chopping. But if we get a one, if we can get, actually, you know what? Let's go 30 minutes for this one, just so. 5 minutes of 30 minutes. Oh, we rejected off the 618 hidden bearish div, headed up, but we sort of. This is technically a bullish cross here on Bitcoin 30 minutes. Because you have your dynamic reactor above your quantum reactor, which I've set to slow. So this is a bullish cross. Now if we close above 90.8, we can see a continuation to the upside. If we sort of close here, it's sort of okay, right? But this would give me confidence we continue to the upside. Actually, let me just mark this. So you want a close above this white line here. If we get rejected hard from 91, 197, we can enter a quick short scalp going down to maybe the order block. So as you guys know, or sorry, long-time viewers will know that this, what I'm doing right here is just an idea, not an endorsement. I'm not saying go ahead and do it. Something like this sort of speaks to me. Yeah, something like this. If we get a close above this, get rejected here. Possible they just wanted to take Asia high. Yep, it's possible. Sorry, it's possible. Now if we close like this here on the 30 minutes, I'm inclined to think that we just continue down. But we'll find out in 5 more minutes if that is the case. Oh, hey DJM, hey Rick G, welcome to the show. Now it's just waiting again. So for this to be valid, I need to see a little sort of a close-up of the white line, a rejection at this point, and then we enter at 91 190, or it's close to 90 91 2 actually. So if we get a close above this white line here, which is above the wick from a couple out from 930, then we get a continuation back up above the wick and maybe fill that a little bit. If we get a rejection here again, which happens to be your 1R618, then we can basically short all the way to support here. So that's sort of the plan right now. But if we don't get a close and it's actually really bearish on this last 5 minute one, then we can expect some downside continuation. But I think our first scenario is going to play out. Depends, we got 3 more minutes to find out. If this closes strong, then we cancel the idea entirely. But if it closes, just like barely closes above it, like what we saw earlier from here, then we're game on. It's just a matter of waiting. Let me see if there's anything in chat. Actually, I guess just as a... Is it just crowdsourcing? It's not crowdsourcing. But just as an idea, what do you guys think? Are you guys overall bullish or overall bearish? I know I ask this every week. I know I might sound like a broken record, but I'd just like to know the sentiments. So bullish or bearish? And I promise this is... I'm leading up to something. So I'd really appreciate if you guys just, take a little bit of time to tell me. I'd love that. Bitcoin will go to fucking zero. Okay. So, my phone, my phone's microphone picked that up, and it was like, oh, Bitcoin will go to fucking zero. Just play that in my ear. More bearish. Okay. So 3 bearish. How about the others? 77,619. Okay. JMK, Matchstick, what do you guys think? Short term bull for BTC. Okay. Bearish short term, then long. Okay. So that's 3 points for... Okay. So Bitcoin just absolutely tore through. Let's see what it does at 618. Good thing I did not fully endorse this trade, because it looks like it would have killed us. It could absolutely kill us. Aim for the measured move. Yeah, this is what it is. Or this could have been the entry to the short, not overbought yet. So let's see how it closes. 24 seconds. Because if this is the case, then we don't scalp the short. But if it closes back down to about 90, then we could consider. But the reason I asked was because, we have a very small sample size of 5, which is statistically terrible, or rather, it's not really that meaningful. But the point I sort of wanted to get across is that no one really knows. The fact that there's 3 bearish, 2 teetering on bullish, that means that the market's done what it's absolutely wanted to do, which is create confusion, don't give us really clarity in the market. So that's sort of what I'm going for here. Yep, no, cancel the short, because momentum's still gonna push us up. We're gonna die if you shorted this. I mean, you could get an entry here, but with 30 minutes looking this way and 5 minutes, I don't think so. Yeah. So it's done, and that's sort of why I asked you guys, because technically, as all of you guys know, I'm more bullish than I am bearish. So if we put me in the sample size, you've got 3 bears, 3 bulls. And the fact of the matter is, we're using the same tools. We're looking at it sort of with the same frameworks, right? But we have different conclusions. And that's not to say one conclusion is better than the other. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, market makers, whoever's sort of the whales who can really push and pull the market wherever it wants, they've basically got us, right? We don't know jack shit about where the market's going, right? And we can give amazing reasons for why we're bearish. We can give amazing reasons for why we're bullish, right? If you hear both sides, you'll think, okay, it makes logical sense. And we can sort of tell each other why one argument is better, right? But at the end of the day, the fact that we're even arguing about it means that it's done its job. And how then do we know where to go, right? I still listen to bearish arguments because we have to be prepared for that scenario. So what's important is knowing what your lines in the sand are. For me, if we close below 75 within 2026, I think, okay, maybe reframe the shorts. If we get rejected from 108K, we make a right shoulder on the 1 week, okay, we reframe, I go short. But until then, for me, I go long. And I sort of want you guys to develop that line in the sand as well. Just figure out what are your lines on the sand. Doesn't have to be the same as mine, right? I'm not telling you guys to copy me because I want you guys to be able to trade on your own and sort of make decisions for yourself, because that's sort of the mark of a good trader, right? They can listen, but they can also provide insight, maybe give logical reasons, and that's how the world should work. We shouldn't just be saying, that's shit. That's a little bit dismissive. But let me look at chat. Yeah. 75% bullish, 20. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you always have to account for the market turning on you. I don't think we should be Michael Saylor sees the value in Bitcoin, right? But I don't think we should be a 100% perma bull on Bitcoin, because that's delusional. But props to him for starting MicroStrategy, right? Hey Voicey, welcome to the show. I'm Langestrom. Again, if anyone has any questions, whether that's like Superman or Clark Kent or Zbeezy 99, welcome to the show. Just let me know, and I'd be happy to help out. So yeah, looks like BEC's gonna push up to 103ish, then play out the head and shoulders on the weekly. Yeah, that's sort of a scenario I was talking about, right? If we make that head and shoulders, then absolutely we gotta reframe this. I gotta reframe my strategy and sort of the signals I give. But sort of the process for giving those signals will remain the same. I'll always look at the charts, see if we're bullish, bearish, whatnot, and then yeah, all structural. I think we'll go down before it goes up, then get rejected, then slam back down in Japan news. That's something that could happen as well. Absolutely. My family would always go to Japan every holiday, but now we sort of got interested in New Zealand after that one trip to Hobbiton. So yeah, I guess you guys know where I'm going for Christmas. Ooh, it's summer there. It'll be my first summer in a December. Whale alert 555 transferred to Coinbase wallet. Actually, I just got it. Let me look at it. Yeah, 555 Bitcoin worth about 50 million US dollars was just transferred from an unknown wallet to Coinbase Institutional. So that's pretty bearish. That means someone sold their Bitcoin to Coinbase or moved their Bitcoin to Coinbase. So with that, we can sort of teeter then that, or sort of be careful. Now, I will say that when these whale alerts happen, it's not like an immediate, okay, boom, because if that was the case, then we should just see a big dump right here, right now. But they do take a while to take effect, and I do think that's what sort of influences our order blocks. Yeah, just booked a house in Queenstown for next July. We go on a mission trip there each summer. Yeah, no, my first time was like, what was it? A couple months ago. Went to New Zealand, absolutely loved it. And yeah, no, I'm going to Queenstown. So I went to Auckland first, and now I'm going to Queenstown. So for the December 30 live stream, I think you guys will just see me maybe at the lobby of the hotel in Queenstown, just being like, all right, let's do this. Let's look at the market. Come on. Yeah, New Zealand's great. Great. In terms of food, I mean, I still love Japan, but I will say in terms of vibe, I sort of, and this is coming from someone who absolutely adores Japan. I did karate for Shotokan karate. If you guys are familiar with that, I did it for like 10 years. Um, I mean, I watch anime. I'm part of that sort of squad. I have Japanese fountain pens. Uh, there's even a katana right here, like just chilling right next to me. So, absolutely love Japan. But you know, after a while, you kind of get sick. I'm sure if I go there, I'll have so much fun. But you kind of want to try something new. So, absolutely been adoring New Zealand. Yeah, Singapore's great. Last time I went there, I was like 8 years old, and right now I'm 21. So, gotta drop by Singapore again. And yeah, we got our pump. So great thing I didn't endorse the short. Um, Lovely. Hey Beyond E. Hey Bill in FL. I don't know what FL stands for, so forgive me. But we are getting our overbought signal right here. We did get to the measured move. Let's look how Zek's doing. Zek's still ways away from our entry, so guess I'm not gonna worry about that too much. But yeah, uh, yeah, and I think JMK great choice to close the short. Um, Great discipline you've got. Really happy you got that discipline, and you walked out with that $1,000. Really happy you did. But yeah, Asian countries have the most amazing food. I agree. I think, I mean, obviously there are going to be a lot of complicated Western dishes, but for example, steak. When it comes to steak, I feel like a lot of it, or a bigger percentage of the taste, comes down to the steak quality itself. Whereas with a lot of Asian dishes, a lot of it has to come down to the chef because, um, for example, katsudon, you're working with sort of cheaper pork cutlet, so lots more preparation and whatnot. But yeah, sorry, absolutely love Japan. Okay. All right. So measure move on Ethereum. I actually want to keep that in mind. How's Solana doing? Okay. If Solana breaks out of the symmetrical triangle, then we really push to at least 147, and I might have to suggest to close early, like what I did with Trump. But we'll see when that time comes. Zek is still far ways away from our entry, and I'd like to keep it that way, personally, so I don't have to think about it. Uh, but yeah, so far things are looking like they're heating up. I am worried that we aren't gonna fall down just yet until the 1 hour or your 4 hour. Oh, this is 30 minutes. I'm sorry. Let me go back to 1 hour. I don't think we're done yet until the 1 hour sort of gets an overbought. You see, we're halfway through, which means we can easily punch through this high that we made, and go to your premium. Right? You can see sort of the extension we can still get on the CPO plus, and because your fluid zero line is basically back at zero, maybe even less than zero, you can easily push back up from here. So existing calls like the ETH call, the Sol call, and the Sweet call should still be in lots of profits. Currently, let's see what the profits are looking like. So on Solana, if you joined me in my call, you would be up 164% right now, and Ethereum's up 100% so far. So, yeah. Maybe I'm glazing myself a little bit. But yeah. Okay, so I think we are punching through this. We're easily punching through it. I'd set alerts now at around 93,890 and 92.5. And the reason is if we get a, let's see, what was the latest one? Break of structure, change of character. Okay, if we get a change of character here, right, and we're able to sustain it, then we're going to get to premium. Since we're in an ascending channel, I think that this area becomes a huge point of resistance. Technically speaking, this, if I get a box here, this whole area is a pain zone, which is basically an area of chop where people, or more specifically retail, uh, we're kind of just doing shorts and longs, and right now it's short. So when we get here, there's going to be a lot of relief for the people who went long really late, and they'll be sort of removing or canceling their orders, and so you can expect a drop right at premium, which is why I said put an alert here. And I think in the coming days I might come out with a short order around. Again, not an official endorsement. Do not short at 93.7. I didn't say to short, but put an alert there. See how Bitcoin reacts. See if we're overbought on the 1 hour. See if we're exhausted. If we've got a lot of longs on the downside, and then we can short. Yeah, let's see who else is here. Hey, OXJSR, new face. So, welcome to the show. I'm Langestrom, and yeah. Again, if any of you guys have any questions or any coins you want me to look at, just let me know. Since you guys still have me for another 30 minutes. Because I was late. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. I only have 16 minutes left on Duolingo. Hi. Well, welcome. Love your frame, actually. Like the animation on it. Crazy. What about INJ? Yeah, we can have a look at INJ. Okay, let's look at INJ. So, I mean, it's sort of exhibiting the same story as what I've been looking with other coins. In fact, a nice spot, Paolo. It's even in a falling wedge here on the 4 hour. So, I would say it's pretty bullish. Sol crossing 135. Lovely. So, I would say this is pretty bullish. Now, do you want to enter long here? I wouldn't suggest that. Your 30 minutes places you on a rising wedge, or rising wedge. We are 4 hours in a descending wedge. So essentially, if I were to draw what the 30 minutes is showing, it's probably something like this, right? Let me actually make this as accurate as possible. All right. Oh man, not accurate enough. Okay. So if I were to draw. Okay, here. Right, it's doing something like this. So what we can garner from this is either we drop back down previous day low, build a double bottom right here, something like this, right? Or we get above here, get rejected by your dynamic reactor, retest your previous day high, then head up. Because whenever you're in a falling wedge, you have to, and again, this is different. Okay, this is different from a bear flag. If it's a bear flag, then it has to be ascending, but since it's falling, it's more bullish in nature. So we could be either pushing up to equilibrium. If I had to guess, maybe money flow POC. So I will keep my eye on INJ. So thank you, Paolo, for bringing INJ up. I really haven't been looking at it, so yeah, thanks so much. So I'm going to send an alert at 5.397, as well as 5.6, and then I'll set an alert, maybe here at 5.776, and I will just delete these very ugly drawings of mine. But yeah, thank you so much. Only question is, how do I turn $100 to 100K? Well, well, Daga, you don't gamble it away, but um, having a good strategy, having the patience, and if you don't like the time required, but you can either borrow from someone or get a job, get some income, and add to the $100 so you have a little more to work with. But I do think it's possible to to make $100 100K because when you're trading, essentially you're going up against banks, you're going up against other people, you're going up against a whale. So getting 100K from institutions, from whales, from the 1%, absolutely possible. You just have to outsmart them because at the end of the day, you know, these institutions, we can follow them. These whales can be irrational, and money is sort of just going in a circle. We're just taking money from one guy and putting it from their wallet into ours. So, absolutely possible. You need to develop a strategy that works. You need to test it out live, back test it as well, and then see how it goes. If you have questions or anything you want to ask to any mentors, then absolutely. We're here to help. In Illinois, I only put chips on black, never red. In this casino, we got red and green only. Interesting. I've actually never heard of a casino with red and green. I think here we get red and black only. On INJ, my bot opened along from 5.6. Oh, then that's a pretty good open actually. It's definitely following the trend, right? Yeah, so it's following the trend. You see how you got that bullish cross around 5.6 as well. So your dynamic reactor got above your quantum reactor. I'd just be a little wary because I'm not sure if the bot fully like understands FA necessarily. I mean, I'm sure it does. I guess for transparency, I wasn't part of the team that developed the bots. But I'd like to think that they thought about those things and maybe incorporated some of these. So I'd just be a little wary, set your alerts on INJ, see if it reverses. If it breaks through your 5.68, 5.7 support when it's overbought, maybe consider closing it for the profit that it made, but it should be in profits right now. Is it possible? I've done 100 to 5K. It took super long because 100 is very low. I mean, if you did 100 to 5K, statistically, you could get to 5K to 100. It's really just going to take a while, right? Which is why, again, I did say that you can start from 100. It's just going to take a while. So it's either you get excess income from your job, or you borrow, or you take out a loan or something, and then use that money. Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually doing sort of the same challenge. So I started from 2K. I'm currently up 14K right now on my 2000. So I'm trying to get that 14 to 120 by next year. So fingers crossed I can do it within the next 11 months or 12 months. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on it, but that is sort of the hope. Um, so that 2K sort of the capital I'm willing to trade with, and then I have my bags on the other side. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, let's we're up against all these whales. We're up against institutions. I think we should take some money from them. Yeah, and it's all about building a strategy. It's also about sharing ideas, um, gaining perspectives. Obviously, in in great respect to each other, of course. We shouldn't be bullying anyone because bullying is for children. It's not what adults should be doing. And I hope there are no kids who signed up to Chart Prime. I'd be surprised if there was like a 12-year-old here and here I was just like cursing. Terrible. But yeah. All right. Let's go back see how Bitcoin. Yep, pushing up. ETH pushing up. Solana pushing up. Basically, reach where we were at, and it's breaking out to the top side. We will get a pullback or a retest in a while, but yeah, for those who went long with me uh, during the weekend, who set up long positions with me. Congratulations, it is panning out for us. Let's look at Zek. I sort of want to see how our Zek short that we called here is doing. Let's look at Bluefin. So we are approaching it, right? We're at 443, 469. We want to get overbought on some of these time frames before we really get our short going. I'm still five. Absolutely, Dag. I believe you. I believe you 100%. Yeah, man. I remember you telling me about how you know your dad and whatnot. Absolutely still five. I'm never gonna grow up. Yeah. I like to think we're young at heart, Chief Kimby. Chief Kimby's dad. I like to think we're all young at heart. I mean, what's this? Don't isn't there a saying where like men are just grown up or are just grown up boys who now have more access to toys or to bigger toys. Oh man, I remember that jingle. I don't wanna grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Da, da, na, 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 na. More expensive, absolutely. From an RC car, now we're driving a real car. Like I remember, I was playing with like a Land Cruiser 200. I don't know if people in the U.S. here in the call have it, because I think you guys got the 150, the what Australians and what we in the Philippines call the Prado, but Land Cruiser 200, which is sort of the Lexus LX equivalent of Toyota. I remember I was playing with that as a kid, and then when I turned when I turned 18, uh, they gave me the Land Cruiser 200, which we then sold later. But then now I drive Geo. But that's besides the point. But man, it was amazing experience. Naturally aspirated V8. You really feel like you're invincible in a Land Cruiser. Like, maybe are the materials like? Is there too much plastic? Maybe, but you feel just invincible in a Land Cruiser. The experience is amazing. You kind of get thrown around a bit because of the ladder frame, but that V8 was just pure muscle. Love the thing. Florida, I see. I see. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll remember that. So, gee, I don't think I've ever been to Florida. But, yeah. All right. Let's see how the rest are doing. BTC's pushing to 93. So yeah, it's a good thing I called off or canceled the BTC short, which had a stop loss at 93. I think we'd be sweating our pants off right now had I let that go. Where are your entry zones for this next BTC short? I'm looking for 94, 96. I'm thinking the same thing. So you see how our premium is around 93.7? This is sort of a pain zone, right? So at this point, people who went long are just waiting for this to catch up to sort of this high before they cancel their order, which inevitably will be a sell order, which will push you off. But that said, it's absolutely possible you blast through here, right, and you push your premium zone up. So if I extend our ascending channel, your main point of resistance is really going to be around 98, but your ascending channel here, or at least the one we have right now, is going to be as early as like 96. So we're looking at around 93, 96. So it's exactly what your entry zones are looking like. If we go consult with fundamental analysis and look at the liquidation maps, if it loads, right, let me pull this up. Let's go 7-day and then lower this to maybe 3-day. You have pockets of liquidity at around. Come on, load. You got this. Come on, buddy. Don't embarrass me right now. No, okay, fine. Uh, um, Come on, really? It's not loading? Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm not sharing it. I'm just looking at it to consult. But right now, you do have a pocket of liquidity around 93 on the 48 hour. On the 3 day, you've got a pocket right now at around 93 as well. On the 1 week, you're looking at a pocket around 94.5. So I think 94.5 would be a great place if we go consult with our TA. 94.5 rests at sort of the top extremity of our premium here in the 1 hour, but let's look at higher time frames while we're at it. Yep, don't mind the arrow. That was from the analysis I gave. Um, this is a bullish cross right here. Yeah, I mean, kind of wants to go back to 86 here. Let's get the 12 hour. You do have like a retest here at 94, 93.6, but all of the time frames sort of as we go higher are telling us we want higher, and so I do think that a short's sort of going to be short lived. Excuse the pun. I did not intend for that to happen. I'm sorry. But yeah, I do think possibly 94.5 is a good entry, but we probably only get short down to maybe 92, maybe the high volume node at 91.5. I'm trying to build a conservative scalping strategy which can give me 0.5 to 1% gain each day with minimum drawdown. Can you talk about any strategy that comes to your mind to achieve this? I would suggest, because you're doing a very conservative 0.5 to 1% portfolio, absolutely do the 1% high level cross margin mode strategy I have. So I have a calculator that calculates your leverage, your entry, all the jazz. So you want to do that, and then focus on your 5 minute 1 hour, and then your 15 minute 4 hour. And the reason why you want to do that is because your 5 minutes is perfect for finding those entries. Your 1 hour acts as your bias, but occasionally, maybe if you're going to try scalping twice per day, you want to look at your 15 minutes 4 hours at least once, or like when you start the day, so you can sort of get an overall view of how the market's going to move for that day. um, so if you need I'm recording this, so if you ever need to go back to what I said, then absolutely. This should come out by around, I'll try before 12 p.m. EST, because essentially when this comes raw recorded, it's like 3 GB big, and so I have to put it through Handbrake, lower the file size to like 700 or less megabytes, so it becomes easier for YouTube and quicker for you guys. Veggie Girl, I'm new here. You stated you had some traders do the trade setups with you over the weekend. Are you here doing that, or a private chat group? Uh, Sorry. I don't recall saying I had Oh, sorry. Do you mean that, like, people who took the trade that I gave? Is that what you meant? I'm sorry. Okay, I can answer the second question, which is, I only give signals in this group. So, uh, it's in a channel. It's Pro Analyst or Crypto Signals Langstrom. Thank you so much, Dagaditi. So I give my signals at Crypto Signals Langstrom, and then what I meant earlier was that if you took the trade that I gave out over the weekend, then you'd be up quite a bit. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yes, so I only do it here on on Chart Prime. So I don't give it out anywhere. So you can have a look at them. I obviously, whenever I give setups, it's possible, you find something similar out there, but generally I do my own research for this, and I give you guys what I see. I give my weekly analysis. So yeah, I like to keep my quality tight, and I go through sort of my analysis, my reasoning for it, and you can have a look. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I'm glad to have answered your question. Yeah, thank you, DaggaDT. Yeah, every short is short lived. This market is very manipulative right now. Absolutely. It's manipulated from the start. Your weekly analysis is Sunday. Um, it's either Sunday or Monday. So I guess when I send it out, it was Monday my time, but it could be like Sunday where you're at. And sometimes when I'm feeling it, I send it on the Sunday, but typically I want to send it or I send it after the weekly close. So, yeah, you know what? It would be Sunday in the Western Hemisphere, but it's Monday where I'm at because I'm in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Woo. Okay, I'll stop. My sole long TP was at 155, but I might close depending on how we react at the FBG. So it could be anywhere for like 146. No, Daga, I told you. I told you we were going higher. No. Oh, hey, Big Mike. Hey, it's you, Hector. Lovely seeing you again. Um, let's see who else is here. Well, oh, it's Mihai. Hey, what's up? It's been a while. Hey, Farhan. Hey, Furniture Guy. Hey, TL. Welcome to the show. We still have 13 minutes, so if you guys have any questions on any coins or my thoughts on anything, just let me know. Um, love interacting with you all. You know, it's really what makes a job fun. Like, man, obviously the trading and sort of I am passionate about trading. I love it. It's do I consider it a hobby? I mean, technically, it's a side hustle that earns money. At least for me, it's not my main job, because right now I'm studying to become a lawyer where I'm at. So I'm I'm sort of graduating with an economics degree. Then I plan to go to law school, and trading is just like a great way to make money on the side. It's a great way to practice discipline. It's a great way to practice psychology. Keeps your mind sharp. Keeps your ability to take in perspectives. Uh, just it's just a really wholesome hobby for me, and sort of mastering your discipline yourself as well as how you talk and how you analyze, really think critically and structurally with that strategy. It's perfect. It's from I love trading. Yeah. Do you have an opinion comparing scalping off 2 minutes versus 3 minutes? Uh, I think there's too much noise. Uh, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, too much noise for me. I think 5 minutes is a more cohesive time frame. I know people who trade off the 1 minute, and I know some who are successful, but I know more that are unsuccessful with it. So for me, 5 minutes is a better gauge, which is why I really don't go to the 1 minute unless I'm like doing a YOLO trade, just like absolutely don't care if it hits SL. It's really tight. I won't lose anything. I'll lose like 0.01% of my portfolio. Then I just like YOLO and I look at the 1 minute. Because, I feel like everyone should have that trade where they just throw whatever Pokemon they've got at it and just let it run. You know, you get some crazy stuff from that, but if you lose, you don't lose much. It's like 0.1% or 0.01%. How often? Well, I have one tomorrow, Bill. I have one tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. EST. Although I was late today, which is why I'm extending. But typically these shows are from Tuesdays, Wednesdays, 9 a.m. EST, and then they're anywhere from 1.5 to 2 hours. So recently, I've just been sort of, uh, I'm sorry, guys. Gen Alpha. Just okay. I'll try to stop with the hand gestures. Um, but recently I've been doing 1.5, but since finals is over, I can give you guys the full 2 hours. So yeah, I'm accounting for the 13 minutes I was late by giving 15 minutes more. So yeah. What area of law do I want to practice? IP, intellectual property, because I want a little bit more flexibility. So my sister is actually also studying at law school, and she has a professor in IP, and we met because our family business, had sort of some copyright issues. There was another company basically copying our products, and we have patents and whatnot. Wait, copyright? No, it doesn't apply. Is it? No, patents. Patents. Okay, yeah. Sorry, my bad. Wrong terminology. Forget I ever said that. But essentially, we have patents. These guys are copying our designs. It's too similar, and so we spoke to my sister's professor. I saw the work ethic, and I thought, okay, I think this is more up my speed. Obviously, there's a little bit of litigation, so I do like that, but overall, it's very flexible. And when I grow up in the future, when I have a family, I want to have that flexibility because family is important. You don't want to if you're gonna have kids, you got to make sure you got time for them, and that's sort of the kind of person I want to be. Yeah. 2 weeks scalping today and tomorrow, twice a week. But Gotcha, thank you. You've been trading. I am facing a problem in aligning 3 chart prime for judging signal plus. Do you do the live stream or trading for crypto as I normally do gold forex? I see, Farhan. What are the indicators you're trying to align? Do my Can I know? My INJ bot just exit my position. That's wonderful, Paolo. I'm glad it's working out for you. My first time watching and learning from you. Definitely want to learn about how you do things. Thank you. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Chief. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll I'll definitely be a bit more structured. Maybe go over some of the things I do. But in any case, I do have a video pinned to my channel. So if you want to see just my general routine in trading, you can have a watch. Oracle Pro, Dynamic, and Oscillator, all of Chart Prime. Okay, so all right, we got 7 minutes. Let me just load up a random chart. So I'll start bear, right? All right, you're plus. Okay, so I'll start bear, and we still got 7 minutes. So I'm gonna maximize that for you. Let's switch to the 1 hour. I feel like that's a little bit more comprehensive for us. All right, upload this in. Where is it? Yeah, market dynamic. Yep, and then we want Oracle Pro Plus, or is it just Plus? There we go. Right. Okay. So first things first, right? Obviously these are just in their default settings. Now what I personally do is I like to play around with the settings a bit to make them easier for me. So one thing I'd recommend, if you're like me and you went to Pro first before you went to Plus, do the old shape. What do I want? Signals, I do want that. Volume matrix, upper bar, okay. I think this is good. I want this one. Oh, I changed a bit of my style, but you know what? It's fine because we are just showing sort of how to understand it, right? So I'm just gonna change these so for a bit more clarity. And okay, you know what? Go on, Raj. Click faster. Okay. Let's just stop these first. Stop. No. Okay. So essentially, right, the CPO Plus is the flagship tool, and it's sort of the tool that not only gives you insights into what how price action might move, but also give you insights visually about where price action might stall. So for example, right in this region, and if we even replay it, right, we know this in hindsight because it's already happened. But let's look at it when or while it was happening, right? Yeah. So we can see overbought, and I'm sure you get this because it's very intuitive. So you got overbought signals. We're at the top. We're at the extremity. We just play it, see how it plays out. Overbought. Now we got that twist, and you can see even when we got the twist, we were still heading up. But essentially, what we're seeing here is a weakening in the strength of the move to the upside, right? This was a bullish move. We got overbought. So, would you have taken a short here? Now, you could because of the number of overboughts, weakening bullish trend strength, and the trend twist. For me, that qualifies as 3 points of confluence. And, it's not technically fair that I am doing this like this because I know that this heads down. But essentially, what I aim for is either a 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. And you can calculate this using the calculator um, in my sort of in my calculator. No, in my channel. Not in my calculator, but it's unfair that I'm doing this, right? Because technically speaking, I know this is gonna die unless it. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. uh, oops, that's embarrassing. But essentially, the point is, we did get our fall eventually, and yep, that's a little embarrassing. But is it gonna fall now? Yeah, bearish div. Anyways, maybe we could have gotten a little bit more insight if I had used our market dynamics. So where was it? It was over here. So let me see what the dynamics holds. You know what? I'll extend. Why not? I enjoy doing this. So we can see. Oh no, we want to replay it back to this time. Right. Market dynamics isn't loading. Really? Right now? No? Okay, you know what? I'll just do my settings real quick. Excuse me. Loud only. Just do my metrics. Okay. Hopefully that loads better now. Does, I'll be happy. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. You can see that we have the POC right here. So earlier, I just sort of shorted when we had our push to the upside. Did it disappear? No. Why'd you disappear? Oh, that's terrible. But essentially, I believe the POC was right here. So rather than guessing, right, we could have placed our short here rather than here, like I initially did. So I would put my short right at the POC. Now, I don't fully remember where the POC was because it's gone, but I would have placed my short here, stop loss above this. You can even place it above the wick, right? And then we can set our 1 to 2 risk to reward. And you can see, or hopefully, this doesn't embarrass me anymore. And don't embarrass. Where was the POC? It's gone. It's really gone. But in any case, we got our entry right at the POC, the money flow point of control, and you can see that was a much more accurate entry. So the CPO plus tells you generally where the market wants to go because it's a question of direction, volume, money flow, as well as overbought, oversold. Right? So your market dynamics helps you determine your entries. Right. See ya, Dom. Prob is you can't align this with Oracle Pro. Oh, so with Oracle Pro, essentially what I do is I use Oracle Pro as, okay, so full TP, right? So full TP, what I do with Oracle Pro is I don't turn off everything. I don't turn on everything. I just use dynamic and quantum reactor. So for me, this setup acts as my long-term, short-term moving averages. So I use the quantum reactor as my long moving average and my dynamic reactor as a short moving average. And if you know sort of fundamental theories, right? When you have your long reactor above your short reactor, that means the trend's overall bearish. So you can see at this point in time, we did pump. And while this happened, our dynamic reactor, or our quantum reactor, was gray. So this means it's double checking or confirming whether or not this pump or push to the upside was real. And we can see that while we did get above the dynamic reactor, right, you could have waited from this point, right? It wouldn't have changed if you waited at this point, at the reversal triangle. Because at this point, you can see that we did suddenly start getting that push down. Our quantum reactor turned bearish, and our dynamic reactor was also underneath the quantum reactor. So again, I use the reactors to basically understand the current trend. Here, dynamic got above quantum, bullish trend. here, dynamic got below quantum, bearish trend. And then this gives you a little bit more confidence on whether or not you should stay in the trade. So again, CPO plus, it's basically your forecast as well as your idea of what's going to happen next. Oracle is going to tell you what the current trend of the market is, as well as act as fluid points of support and resistance. And dynamic acts as your areas for entry. I hope that was easy enough. And lovely, 2 minutes over time. But yeah, again, if you have any questions or further questions, so are you taking 1H? It should happen in any time frame. But if you have any questions, you can put it in trading chat, and I will try to deliver a very comprehensive written response. Yeah. Do I have a recording of this? Yes. So I will upload this, or rather, I'll process it first, lower the file size, upload it, and then it should be in live class recording. Yeah. Of course. You're welcome, I Man on the Moon. Thanks. A lot of insights helped. Of course, Bill. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry, no, absolutely. Don't apologize. You know, it's my job to help you guys make money. It's also my job to help you guys also understand the indicators better and become better traders. Because if you guys don't get better, then I did not do my job. And to be honest, Chart Prime is, you know, they've contracted me, so they are compensating me, and so I have to do a good job. Otherwise, what is the point of the compensation they've given, right? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, of course. Thank you as well for dropping by, Veggie Girl. Thanks, Matchsticks. But yeah, I normally do crypto live streams. Yeah, so I'll have one tomorrow. But I'll have to go because I do believe OC and Alex is gonna start there soon. Don't want to take their crowd, but yeah. So with that said, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, starts 9 a.m. EST. I'll do 2 hours. If I'm late, then we'll extend. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Once again, I am Langestrom, and always use a stop loss. Thank you guys.